Rethra was, in the 10th to the 12th centuries, the main town and political center of the Slavic Redarians, one of the 4 major Lutician tribes, located most likely in present-day Mecklenburg. It was also a major worship center, devoted to the cult of the Slavic deity Radegast-Swarożyc. Etymology: the name Radegast derives from Old Slavic and roughly translates as hospitable. Alternately, it may be translated as council hosting, from Rada council, and hostit goshasi goshuk, and relate to a place, person, or deity hosting the council. Similar place names are found in many Slavic countries. Chronicles: Radegast is described in the Chronicles of Themar of Mersburg, who used the name Radegast, while writing about 50 years later, Adam of Bremen referred to it as Rethra. Themar described Radegast as a castle with 3 horns and 3 gates, 2 of which could be reached by land, while a third, smallest gate faced a lake to the east. This complex was surrounded by virgin forest, and a wooden temple elevated on animal horns was inside. Idols of several pagan deities were there, each of whom had a name engraved and wore helmet and armor, with Swarożyc being the highest deity. Guidons of these deities were stored inside the temple and were only to leave the room during a war. Themar wrote his chronicle when the Lutician were allies of the Holy Roman Emperor, an alliance he opposed, and composed his report to advise the Holy Roman Emperor against it. He also explicitly addresses the reader and advises him not to follow the pagan Lutician cult, but instead to adhere to the Holy Bible. Adam of Bremen wrote his Gesta Hammerbergensis Ecclesiae Pontificum when Radegast was already in decline, and gave a somewhat different account. According to him, Radegast, or Rethra, seat of the idols, was surrounded by a deep lake and had 9 gates. He described Radegast as the superior deity in a large demonic temple that could be reached by a wooden bridge by those who wanted to sacrifice or ask the oracle. The 12th century chronicler Helmold largely followed Adam's version. The difference in the numbers used by Themar and Adam might be explained with the symbolic use of these numbers, meant not to accurately describe Radegast, but rather connect it to the underworld. The boar, who according to Themar came out of the lake before a war to take pleasure in the mud, thereby terribly shaking and appearing to many, might likewise be a symbol that Themar used for the devil rather than an actual oracle, in contrast to the horse oracle. Location: the precise location of the city is unknown. However, its most likely location is on the islands and in the swamp area of the Lips and Olens lakes near Neubrandenburg. Theories that the town might have been at Feldberg, Wanska Abbey and Noyen were refuted, in addition to the disputed location of the place. Even the assumption that Themar and Adam were writing about the same town has been controversial. This is in part because the main deity worshipped in Radegast, Rethra, was reported as Swarożyc by Themar, and as Radegast by Adam of Bremen, as well as the 12th century chronicler Helmold. This is interpreted by historians and linguists in different ways. Probably, the different names mark the transition from an appellativum related with the Iranian root xvar son, to a distinct personalized deity with the name Radegast. This could then have been adopted as the name of the temple in the town and as the name of the tribe settling there. Following the alternative hypothesis, it was the other way round. Adam of Bremen and Helmold mistakenly adopted the name of the temple site as the name of the deity, which was correctly identified by Themar and corresponds with Swarożyc as Svarog. According to a third theory, Radegast was the second name of Themar's Swarożyc. political center and Slavic revolts. According to Helmold of Bossor, the Slavic revolt of 983 was started after a meeting at the Civitas Rethra. Likewise, the successful beginning of the Obertrite revolt of 1066 was, according to Adam of Bremen, celebrated in Rethra by the ritual decapitation of captured Bishop Johann of Mecklenburg and the sacrifice of his head, stuck on a lance, to Radegast. The last historical record of Reda is an entry in the Annals of Augsburg for the year 1068, describing its capture by Bishop Burchard and the abduction of its sacred horse. It is assumed that Radegast was destroyed either in this or one of the following campaigns. Probably it was destroyed and rebuilt several times since. Ebos Veterotinus Episcopi Bambergensis mentions the destruction of the Lutician Civitas and Temple by King Lothair of Supplenburg in 1126-27, without specifying its name.